this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use the beautiful Haddon panels that are part of the Reveal card collection to make a card similar to this. I'm going to show you how the panels work. So the panels will actually work with the Reveal card, but they'll also work separately to make you a beautiful card on its own or background. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to move this out of the way. We'll move the pieces out. So that's the frame I'm going to use. And it's very, very simple. I've cut a piece of card just to a 7-inch square, just to give me a nice section to work on. And I'm going to take the panels, and you get 2 panels in the set, so you're not having to repeat it. And the idea is you can put the panels together this way so that you've got 4 corners of circles. You can put the panels together this way so that you have 4 corners of lines. You can put the panels together this way so the pattern repeats. So you've got circle, line, line, circle, so it goes that way. So you can decide exactly which way you want to do this. For this occasion, I'm going to put them down like this because I want to have this sort of cross of the circles. So I'm simply going to put them matching each other and move it away slightly, give me a nice border. And I'm going to tape that down. So take both of the dies down to the card, and we'll run that through and cut that. So I've already gone ahead and cut that. So here I have my panels cut. You can see there, so I've got the pattern running through. So I want to put a patchwork behind in different colours. So I'm going to use a piece of the John Next Door double-sided adhesive, and I've cut this slightly smaller as I don't need it to go all the way. It just needs to cover that bit and give me a little bit of extra room. So I'm going to go ahead, and first of all I'm going to take off the protective sheet, which is always easy when you do it at home. There we go. And I want to lay this down and lay the front of my card onto it, because if I stick this sheet down onto the board, it's going to stick to the board. So I put that there, and I simply add that over the top. I can turn that over and just use that piece to make sure that that's nicely stuck down. And what you want to do to make sure it's well protected, I use a little bit of low-tack tape and just tape that back on so that while I'm working, that doesn't fall off and it doesn't stick anywhere I don't want. I then simply take off the protective on this side, which reveals me the actual pieces. And I've taken 2 shades of blue in the Crafts 2 linen card, a pale blue and a mid blue, and I've cut these down to 1 1/8 inch by 1 3/4 inches, and that fits the circle section. So what I'm going to do to start with is put a piece down against each circle section, just making sure that it doesn't go over and cover the lines. So again, I'm going to take a couple more and just cover these pieces. And you could patchwork this any way you want to, use multiple colours. There's loads of different things you can do with this. It really is brilliant the way it works. So I'm going to put that over. We'll just do these last 2. So again, just making sure I cover everything. And I've got a little gap there where I've missed, so I'm just going to take another little piece of card, take a pair of scissors. This is the rear, so it doesn't matter how it looks. So I just want to make sure I cover that bit there. And again, remember, it's very sticky. So that's covered there. That's from the front, so whichever colour is going to be the main colour needs to go down first, and then I can simply place over the alternate colour over the other pieces and just patchwork it in. Really, really simple. So covering all of those pieces. There we go. Really simple. Do the last 2. Doesn't matter at the back if they overlap. Doesn't matter what the back looks like. because the important piece is when we turn it over. So when I turn that over, if I relieve that, you can see then I've got that beautiful patchwork of colours. So I need to make sure that the additional adhesive is sealed. So you can use another piece of card and just seal that in. You could use a scrap piece of card, you could use a piece of photocopy paper, just so that there's no adhesive showing on the back. And again, it's all encountered on the front. But of course, what I've got is these areas are sticky. So I'm going to use the Eyes Ink Fine Glitter, and I'm going to use my glitter sprayer. And I'm just simply going to blow the glitter on to add some sparkle onto here. And also just make sure that I've covered that sticky off. We will just take a soft brush the excess off, and I find using the sprayer a lot easier than actually using a big pile of glitter. So there is my background piece done very, very easily. And then what I've done is I've already made up a set of frames using the press cut, stitch dot and plain squares, and I've added some of the calypso flowers here, stamped and die cut in the 2 shades of blue, and using a little bit of the Eyes Ink glitter embossing powder. And to give difference, I've added 2 layers of foam tape on the back. And if you want to know how to sort of make frames up like this, there is a video on this YouTube channel showing you how to make up the frames. So I can then just go through, make sure it's nice and even, and frame that. And by using 2 layers of foam tape, I've got nice depth and dimension, so you can really see into there. I'm simply going to turn that over, and I would use a little bit of a wet glue just to make sure it welds nicely. So we'll get some wet glue going, and I just put a fine line around the outside and just across the center like that. Make sure I put my pin back in to my glue, and I've made a card blank up, a large one at 8 by 8, with another layer of the white and a layer of that brighter blue, and we simply place our frame evenly on, and there we've got a beautiful card all made, just for you to put perhaps one of the oundle shapes in the middle with a sentiment on, or leave it plain like that. But a really nice way to get a background from what is effectively a small panel die. There's lots of different ways that you can use this. Enjoy.